I think I made a mistake. Do you ever research a product and order it? You're really excited about it. It comes and then it's just you immediately regret having bought it. That's what happened to me recently when I bought this Deity V-Mic D4 Duo. I researched tons of mics online, watched lots of reviews. I ordered one, it came, I was really excited, opened it up, and it was just a complete disappointment. So, here's the thing. One of the things that is really important to me with this channel is to have really high quality audio for you guys. I know a lot of times when I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm actually listening more than I'm really watching the video. I'll kind of be doing something else, but that sound of the video is really what gives it a lot of meaning to me. And so with that in mind, I wanted to go ahead and invest some money up front in a high quality microphone that I can go out and shoot my videos with and have them sound better than the built-in microphone in my camera. And so with that in mind, I purchased the Deity D4 Duo. Now, the design of this microphone is really cool, and if you watch a lot of my videos, you'll notice that I really like interesting designs and things. And this microphone has a front microphone and a rear microphone. It's actually two microphones. And what that does is it allows the sound of the microphone that it's picking up to be a little bit more focused on your voice, so you're not picking up quite as much ambient noise. So you could hear me talking a little bit better. But it's in front and behind, so that I could be in front of the camera talking to the camera, or I could be back behind the camera talking to the camera without having to turn the microphone around. Most microphones are only recording in one direction, and so when you switch sides of the camera, you actually have to turn that microphone around. That would make things a lot easier for me when I was recording to not have to turn the microphone around. It would be really convenient, save some time. It would pick up sounds on both sides, so you would hear a little bit of the ambient noise of the environment, some birds singing and so forth. And so this seemed like a really good choice. The problem that arose, first off, there were actually two problems. The first problem that I encountered is that the way that this microphone outputs audio is it has either mono audio coming from the front mic only when this little switch is flipped forward, or when that switch is flipped back, it has stereo audio with audio from the front mic coming in one side and the rear mic in the other side. And if you have it plugged into a camera, that works properly. But the problem is that I am doing most of my recording on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. And that's something that I already have, and that saves me a lot of money not having to purchase a separate camera for recording my videos on. Now, you can actually plug the microphone into that just fine if you get a lightning adapter for the phone, and then you can plug a TRS to TRRS cable into the phone. The problem, though, is that cable and the microphone don't convert the stereo audio to the mono audio that you need going into your phone. And so the audio then is only coming from the front mic. So I've paid for two microphones, but I've only really got one to work with. The other one is just sitting there dead. Now, I do want to be clear here that Deity, the company that made the microphone, never claimed that this microphone works with phones. It doesn't say anywhere works with smartphones. But it does not say anywhere, or it did say anywhere in the Amazon listing that I was looking at, that it doesn't work with your phone either. It wasn't really clear to me that I would only get half of the functionality if I use my phone. Now, if that were the only problem with this microphone, I would still be able to use it for my videos. The only, major downside being that I paid about $90 for it, which is almost twice as expensive as I could get some other microphones for that only record on the one side. But it would still work. But the other problem that I have is that this microphone with the two dead cats or fuzzy microphone covers that came with it does not reject wind noise very well at all. And so you can put these on here and you would expect that at this point, unless there's a strong wind blowing, that you will not hear the wind in the microphone. And that's fairly important. We get a fair amount of wind here, and I want to record videos outside. And so, I really don't want there to be a bunch of wind sound, and I especially don't want my voice to be lost when there's some wind. But unfortunately, this microphone doesn't reject the wind even in what I would consider to be a light breeze. So there's some video that I've made where literally my hair's not blowing, and there's nothing in my hair, it's just loose. My hair's not blowing in the wind, and yet you can hear a wind sound in the audio from it. And so I'll insert a little clip of that here, of the raw audio, so you can see what I mean. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm out here at this park today, hopefully for some early morning landscape photography. So yeah, as you can hear there, it's just really not that good. And so if you watched the first few videos on my channel, you may have noticed some wind sound in the background. I kind of tried to clean it up as much as I could, but I think there's still some in there. And if you heard that, that's why, was that I was using this microphone. Now, before I purchased this, I watched a lot of reviews of it, and to be honest, I wasn't really that impressed with the sound quality of it. But I kind of told myself that to have the advantage of the two mics, not having to turn the mic around and being able to pick up audio on both sides, was worth the slight sound quality trade-off. It still definitely sounds much better than the built-in audio from my phone, and as long as there's no wind. But from the videos I was watching, it appeared to sound a lot better than the built-in audio quality from the phone or from a camera. But if I'm not getting the advantage of the two microphones, that's a pretty big downside for me. And then if it doesn't work out in the wind, that just completely isn't going to work for me at all. And so I'm actually going to return this microphone. I kind of hate to do that because it does seem like a really cool design. I was, really excited about the design of it. And so hopefully someday Deity will make a version of this that works with smartphones. I think, in 2021, smartphones have really good cameras on them. My phone can shoot 4K 60 frame per second video and has good stabilization in it and everything. And I think there's a lot of other people who would like to take video on their phone and plug a microphone into it, whether for personal stuff or starting up a YouTube channel or whatever it is. And this microphone was really targeted at vloggers, and I think a lot of vloggers today would like to use their smartphone instead of having to purchase an additional camera. But at this point, this microphone just really does not work for me. So I don't want to totally bash their product here. I do really think that it's a good design. I really like the concept of it. So if you're recording indoors and with a camera, I think this could be a good mic for you. But if you are recording either on your smartphone or outdoors, I just would not recommend this microphone at this point. Maybe a future iteration will offer that functionality, but at this point I would steer clear of it if you're a smartphone videographer or if you're recording outside where there's any kind of a breeze. Alright, so that is it for this video, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content. But I will be back next week. It's the first week of the month, and so I should hopefully be back out in the field doing more landscape photography. So definitely stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys in the next video.